This is Danny Delgardo, and I'm on the Youngest in the Yacht Club.
I want the money and fame. We go to the city and we don't be tucking our chain. Woke up in paradise and we live in the drain.
Youngest in the Yacht Club. I am Vince Serrano. Man, we got a special edition of Youngest in the Yacht Club. We got district champion, two-time district champion, Danny Delgardo. What's up, brother?
What's up?
Bro, thanks for coming on the show, my G.
No problem.
Yeah, yo, my man. So, we always start off Youngest in the Yacht Club with, who is Danny Delgardo?
I would say a humble hooper.
Put
it simple, a humble hooper.
That's fire. What? I mean, that's humble. That is humble. Bro, you be going at people on that court, though, with some anger. Like, I've seen some of your I've seen your highlight tapes, man. Shout out to So Tough Production, man. Tell me a little bit about you, man. Like, where'd you come from?
So I was born in Safety Harbor, but like when I was younger, I lived in Newport Richey.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I feel like I wouldn't like I'm from there, but how I was raised, like my dad, like he kind of raised me like, and well, both of my parents raised me like from their background and like where they were from. So like I was born in Newport, well not Newport Richey, but I lived in Newport Richey when I was like younger. But I feel like I still have the mindset as if I was like born where they were born.
Where were they born?
Which both of them were born in Massachusetts.
Oh, okay. So they're from up north.
Yeah.
Okay, so they raised you down here, but with their values.
Yeah.
And so they have like.
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
on top of it.
Yeah.
That's cool. So that's dope, man. So you were raised out here by your parents. What got you into? I mean, how old are you, bro?
Right now, 17.
You're 17, man. How does it feel like what got you into basketball? What got you hooping? Like, is it something that?
So like, at first, I didn't really know because like when I'm younger, there's only so much I can remember. And like this like little stories my parents have told me, like. But I know when I was younger, because my dad has always had something to do with basketball, like since I was born. So like he was like coaching. So like even when I was too young to like even know what basketball was, like I was in the stroller, like in a what is it?
In the
like,
crib,
yeah,
in the little playpen
yeah,
thing.
like just around basketball, like whether it was watching my dad coach or watching him playing like men's leagues and stuff like that. So I think that has a big part of it. And then like just like since I was like watching people do it, like when I got old enough to like maybe dribble for the first time, I tried it, and ever since then it's just been like
your thing.
Yeah,
that's fire, bro. That's amazing. So you basically were you grew into it, man.
Yeah.
Your dad played, kind of gave you like you watched him play, and then wanted to get better and get yourself.
Yeah, for sure,
dog. So at what age did you start realizing like you could really play?
So like I said, like when I was like young, like it was like when I like surprisingly like when people would be like, oh, he's too young to do this, like it would be like little stuff, like maybe at like 2.5, 3, like it wasn't like anything like full blown, but like I was able to like dribble and stuff like that. But then I think when I noticed for real was like as I got around like 6 maybe, and it was like middle school leagues, like because they didn't really have much like 6-year-old leagues, and like when I would play in them, it would be like kind of not like boring, but like I felt like I wasn't getting anything out of it.
Right.
So then like I started playing up, and like I was still like doing pretty good, like better than I was supposed to. So that's when I was like dang, like I might be able to really do this.
I could ball.
Yeah.
What are some of your goals, dog? Like, what are you trying to do?
So like long run future, it's the league, to be honest. Like that's just what it is. You can't really sugarcoat it.
Yeah, no, you're not supposed to.
Yeah.
So you want to get to the top.
Yeah, for sure.
That's the main focus. That's fire. So let me ask you a question, bro. So you grew up in Safety Harbor. You started getting in these leagues. You started putting it together that you could ball. How'd you end up at Leto?
So that's crazy. So like when I was in Newport Richey, like I was going to an elementary school called Dayspring. And then but my dad had created an AAU team. And I don't really know any specific reasons to why, but it was like he based it out of Tampa. Like even when we were still in Newport Richie, like I don't know if he had a feeling we were gonna move here soon, or what it was, but he based the team off Tampa. So it was like I was coming to Tampa a decent amount for like AAU practice, and then eventually my dad and uncle got the job at Leto.
Okay,
this was when we were like maybe 7th grade year or 8th grade year. So it was like still a year before we were going to high school.
Okay.
And then that summer after, because I have been here since like 7th or no 5th. My 5th grade year I started, we had moved to Tampa.
Yeah.
So then after he moved to Tampa, he had that job. Then I went to middle school here, and then he was still at Leto, so it was like...
It was a match made in heaven.
Yeah.
He's
at Leto, I'm going to go.
You know what, though? That's good, though, man. So he got the job at Leto. Obviously, you're going to go with him. There's some coaches that'll play their kids, and their kids be trash. That's not the case here. You were a baller. Like, what? So how was your freshman year? Like, what did your freshman year look like?
So freshman year... It was I don't want to say a struggle, but it was pretty tough, like, because even in middle school, like, just as a basketball player, when I was younger, like, not that it's, like, bad, but I was always, like, pass first and, like, unselfish, but sometimes, like, my unselfishness would become selfish because it would be, like, maybe little shots that I should be taking, like, I would pass up, so it was just, like, kind of being too passive.
Yeah.
So freshman year of high school, that year was like a pretty passive year. Like I feel like I could have did like way better if I had the mindset that I have now.
Yeah.
But it was like it was a good freshman year. Like it was like a year of just a whole bunch of learning.
Yeah. Yo, bro, you say all the right shit, bro. Good job. So as a freshman, it's a learning curve. You're learning that you got to be more aggressive because you're too passive.
Yeah.
Okay. But did you play varsity? Did you play sophomore?
Yeah, varsity.
So you made the varsity team?
Yeah.
That's dope, man. So you made the varsity. Your cousin, Derek, who we had on the show, makes the varsity as well. Yeah. Did you guys start? Did you guys...
Yeah, we started.
Okay, so they put you in, Dad put you in,
right away.
Coach put you in, because now it's Coach.
Yeah.
And he's probably working y'all harder than he's working anybody, right? Because you've been on his AAU team, you running... Talk to me about the difference between AAU and then getting into that high school game.
So, I mean, it's like different because like your teammates, but like I feel like no matter where I was, like whether it was AAU or high school, like both of my teams, like they really felt like family. So like it was like they all had their differences, like because like obviously some teammates do this better and like it's different teammates, but. In terms of, like, just feeling comfortable and, like, playing free, like, it felt the same.
It felt the same.
Yeah.
So you knew what you were trying to do, and then you were just learning that freshman year what to do. How'd you guys finish out your freshman year?
Freshman year was really I don't want to say a really bad year, but based off the paper, it was a really bad year. We might have won, I think we won 9 games, and, like, it was still, like, if you look at it from the positive side, it was, like, we won more games than they had won in like a while, but like where we like how we were raised and like what we were doing in AAU, it was like that's not really like
that wasn't
good.
It wasn't a win.
Yeah.
Yo, we were raw. We were 0-2. I played on the 0-2 team with a bunch of dudes that you guys broke our records. Okay. Yeah. So you know they have to rewrite that whole shit. Y'all 0-2 and 0-3 was when we played, and that. We were that kind of culture, so we were with a winning culture. It was a losing culture before we got there. You get there, it's a losing culture, and now you got to play in that, through that. So you won more games, but it felt like a losing, right? Okay. Come that summer, how you felt? Like what was the plan?
So freshman summer, it was like, because. If I'm being honest, like my dad, he had been preaching to me for a while that I was like not, and he would always say like it's not negative that I'm being unselfish, but sometimes if I'm being too unselfish, then it becomes selfish. Like he had been preaching it to me for a while, and like after like a whole high school season of it, it was like dang, like I really see like what he's talking about, like
right.
So then that summer it was like just trying to get my mindset right and focusing on like just I was working out all the time, like, but that's like if the league's what you want to do, you got to do that. But
you got to go hard.
Yeah, it was that summer was more of like a mental, like I was still working out like physically, but it was more of like a mental, like making sure I'm in the gym, like, and living out the scenarios, just being more aggressive.
Yeah, so your dad is telling you, yo, you passing up bunnies and you hurting us. I like the way he put it, though. Like, he said it's selfish that you're being unselfish because you're making the wrong play.
Yeah.
When that's the play and it's hurting. And so that summer you start working on that thing. How many points or what were your stats for your freshman
year? I think I averaged like maybe 12 points.
Okay. Did you see a jump coming into that sophomore?
So sophomore, yeah, it was a pretty decent jump. I think I went from like around 12 to around 16, 17. So it was like a good jump.
So you got more aggressive.
Yeah, more aggressive for sure. It was like sophomore year, like I was more aggressive, but like I feel like after a year's worth of like just hooping, if you think back, you can always see like something that you could have did better. So even after sophomore year, I felt like it was like still not even if it was more aggressive, but just being more like efficient, making better reads.
That's fire. So you started you started to see your game develop a little bit
for sure. Yeah.
Like where can I get better at? Right.
Yeah.
What move do you think you added sophomore year into your junior year? Like what were you doing? Like
I would definitely say my step back.
Oh, that's where you added like going into the junior year?
Yes, junior year. Yeah, that was a step back year.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, you said, look, I got this new thing in my bag real quick. Was that summer? Was that something that you were working on? Like, did you decide like, hey, look, I got a good game, but I need to.
I wouldn't say like it was like that's a specific move I was working on all summer, but like, it was definitely like a move I would work on like throughout drills. I would make sure I'm getting a couple of step back reps in and then I would just do like catch and shoot reps. It was just a whole bunch of different moves. And then I think I don't really remember the specific game, but it was like a game I had hit like 2 step backs in a row. I was like yo, like it's working. Like why would I stop?
Yeah, I got this.
Yeah.
They can't stop it. Bro, how were the practices? Like, so how many you going into your freshman year, you won 8. How many games did you guys win in your sophomore year?
Sophomore, I think sophomore was
16 or 18,
something like that. 17, maybe. I don't remember the exact number, but I know it was from like the 15 to like 18 range.
So you guys got better
for sure.
Fires. Now you going. What are the goals and like what are the practices like? You know what I'm saying? Going into that junior year, like what are you seeing?
So like in high school basketball, it's like you're working towards the whole season is towards like you want to win a state championship, like
absolutely
trying to make history for your school. So after sophomore year, we knew we had the talent. So I don't want to say practices became more like intense, but it was like coach was like, oh yeah, like we got like we can really win a state championship if we put our mind to it. So it was like practices became like just more. It was just mentally more like just more on you.
Yeah, more demanding, more focused. You guys know you can get there, so you got to push yourself.
You got to do it. Like you can't be okay with just running through the motions and like in a drill 3-on-2, 2-on-1, like not acting as if it was a real fast break. Just little stuff like that.
So you start. When did you catch your first dunk?
First dunk. So my first like actual dunk was, I remember it was after school sophomore year, I believe.
Okay.
After school sophomore year, a whole bunch of my teammates were already dunking. So like it wasn't like dang, I can't dunk, but it was like I wish I was doing that. Like,
yeah, I gotta get there.
Yeah, I gotta get there. So it was like we had been doing Vertimax and stuff like that. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go try. And I always kept a pair of shoes in our locker room.
Uh-huh.
So it was after school, like before a break maybe, and my uncle it was in there, and Derek was in there, and some of our other teammates who could dunk were in there, and they were just dunking, and then my uncle had threw me a lob, and like I almost caught it. So I was like, you know what, like I can actually do this. So like I try again, I go up, I catch it, and then I don't know, I started dancing. It was pretty funny.
You caught it, you hanging on the rim, you're like, hey, yeah, that's fire, dog. When did you catch your first body?
This year.
Yeah?
Yeah.
This is where you realize like, yo, I'll take it off on somebody.
Yeah, it was I think our Wiregrass game. It was actually like it was towards the second half of the season that I caught that body. Cause like I don't want to say I don't like try dunking like that, but at first it was like I always thought of it as like, oh, what if I miss? But like after I stopped thinking about it like that and just started thinking like positively, I just started trying, and then I eventually caught one. So. And
you just, how did that feeling like?
Like in the game, like I was hyped, but like you could tell, but it wasn't like I was like excessive celebrating. But like after, like I definitely watched the video like 70 times. I definitely watched it 70 times. I was like, oh shit,
I did that. Look at, yo, you saw I took off of that. Hey man, like, yo, that was crazy.
Yeah, for sure.
So you out here last year? Y'all go and y'all win districts. That hadn't been done in a while.
Yeah.
In a real while, because we didn't even win districts. And we were good. We lost in the first round against my old school, Hillsboro. So we was upset. We was in there tearing up the bathroom in Pierce. So y'all go win districts last year. How did that feel, like seeing the work that you were doing, and like
it was really good. Like I don't even know like how to put it in words. It was just like just inside, just mentally, like you felt like really good. Like I don't want to say like complete, because like the job's never finished, but you felt pretty accomplished. Like we did this. Like it hadn't been done in so long, and like we did it. Like
yeah,
it was like a little self-proud moment.
Yeah, it was awesome. It was good. It was good that you guys did that, bro. You completed something that hadn't been done in a while, and bro, it's good. You know, I know that the goal was states,
yeah,
and the goal is always to do that. But you guys did create a fucking legacy. You know, like that year, your junior year, that you guys won districts first time. What were your stats?
That district championship game, I don't remember our exact stats, but I think I had like somewhere around like 25 to 30 points.
What were you averaging for the year? For
the year, I was at like around 22.
Oh wow, yeah. So you were taking off.
Yeah, that junior year, yeah, that was one of my better years.
That's awesome. This year, coming into it, what was the mindset?
The mindset was, first, like, we knew we had the talent to win states. Like, unfortunately, it wasn't God's plan for us to win states. Yeah. Which, you know, I think everything happens for a reason. So, yeah. Obviously, like, not winning it stung, but after, like, a couple of days of just processing it, it was like, you got to be grateful for what you did do. So yeah. It was just like, we wanted to at least be back-to-back district champions, and try region and states. And we had a good feeling that we had the talent, but it just wasn't the plan. It just didn't
go your way. Yeah, and that happens, bro. That's all about winning. And bro, you guys right there, bro. Like, yeah. And dog, like, let's keep it real. Like, you on this show because you guys changed the culture at the high school, Leto. You guys changed the culture of basketball in the area, dog. Like, y'all really, really put on. It didn't matter what school y'all went to. Yeah. Y'all could ball. You know what I'm saying? So, like, that's dope, man. And that's something that you can't take away from you. You guys, you end up losing that game versus who was it against?
Charlotte.
Yeah. How did that feel when the buzzer, you know, at the end? I know it's gonna be a tough question.
Yeah, it was. So it was like kind of crazy. Like, I was trying to think of like mentally, like if it's the plan, like we got this. Like, this is what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to make it to the state championship. Like, this is us. And throughout the game was going the first quarter, actually the first half, I was kind of struggling a little bit. Like, I wouldn't say mentally, but like, I don't know what it was. I wasn't finishing layups, and normally shots that I would hit, like I wasn't hitting. So then we go halftime, we come out. It's like second half, I'm like, all right, like easy fix, like I'm ready. Then we come out, we're heating up, but we're going back to finishing everything, knocking down the shots that we always knock down. And going into halftime, I had been in a little bit of foul trouble, so I knew that was something. And then second half, I had got a first foul. It was like, well, I feel like the player's always going to say it was a really bad call, but after watching it, like, I genuinely feel like it was like
it was
a really bad call.
Yeah,
like,
it was a touch.
Especially like how the game was going, I felt like it was a really bad call, but I couldn't do too much about it. And then I had gotten a bad turnover, and I had to foul because we wanted them shooting free throws. So then I fouled out. We still had plenty of time. And Derek had actually stepped up a lot, and we were down like 6, and he had like 7 points straight. He hit a 3 and then an and 1 3.
Wow.
So then we were up 1, and I was like, oh, yeah, we're going for sure. And then they come down with like 13 seconds and get like a layup, and that's when I was like in my head, like I had registered, like I had already started getting a little emotional. Like I was trying not to show it because like at the end of the day, everything happens for a reason, but sometimes it's just like when you're doing something you love and it doesn't go like how you want it to go, it's pretty tough.
Yeah.
But then on the bench, I was just thinking like maybe this is how it's supposed to happen. And then after, I was a little sad. I went home and then thought about it, and then I was like, I was good.
Yeah.
It was supposed to happen. That's
good. That's good that you're people process it different, dog. We were all crying. Yeah. All of it. We felt like we were disappointed. Yeah. Like, and how you process it, it's good that you guys do it. When we talked to Derek, he said that he was emotional and that he actually appreciated that you picked him up and was like, don't worry about it, dog. Like, yo, we did great. Like, you helped him get through that time because, yo, it's not just the end of a season. Like, that's your senior year.
Like, yeah, last time ever playing high school basketball.
Yeah, and that changes, So, bro, you guys still had an awesome season. I know that's a tough question, dog, because sometimes it's tough for me to ask it.
Sometimes, yeah.
But, bro, like, you guys had an awesome season. Looking back at your year, looking back at what you did, how do you feel about your career?
I would say I'm not surprised. I'm pretty I feel decently accomplished. I feel like pretty proud of myself. But I always feel like there was more that could have been done. But like I kind of changed my mindset. Not that because there always is more that could be done, but just like everything happens how it's supposed to. So whatever I was supposed to accomplish in my high school basketball career, I accomplished. And if I didn't, then it just wasn't the plan. So
how'd you feel about it? Do you feel like you?
I feel pretty accomplished.
That's cool.
I feel like it was times I could have did stuff a little better, but I mean, I feel like I did a pretty good job.
That's dope. That's dope, man. What's next?
College.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You know where you're going yet?
Nah.
You're not going to tell us on youngestintheyachtclub? Yacht Club? Come on, dog. Can you tell us who's looking?
We have some interest right now. We have a D2 offer from Virginia, and then we have some interest. We're talking to some coaches. We're talking to some schools from New Orleans, some from like up north a little bit. That's and then cool. There's also like just some local that we're in communication with.
That's cool. How do you see what's next for you to prepare?
I'll just say continue what I'm doing now, just making sure I'm in the gym every day. And I wouldn't say like I'm like really weak or anything like that, because I don't feel like I'm like weak, but I feel like I always get stronger, and that's something I kind of take pride towards, especially going into college where maybe if I'm shorter than some kids that I might go against, I got to be at least strong enough to hang. So I've been taking pride in making sure I'm in the weight room, just getting stronger.
That's fire. That's fire. Yeah, because you still got time to develop, like as a man. Like you can put on a good 10 pounds of muscle and still take off because you are a gifted athlete, man. Sure. And that's dope for you to be able to say, like, yo, we was scared of the weight room at certain times. And the dudes that weren't, those were the ones that were, moving. Have you ever thought, so obviously you want to get to the league.
For sure. Have
you ever thought about what else you'll do besides basketball?
Yeah, for sure. So this is kind of like not a crazy question, but it's a pretty good question because my dad, it's not like he's like just lenient about like school stuff,
right?
But like he's like more of like the basketball guy because like that's what he does.
Yeah. And
my mom has always been like the more on the academic side of keeping us in check. So I know for sure I love to write. So especially when I get to choose like what I'm writing about. So there's some schools that I was just applying to like just to apply.
Yeah.
I was making sure they had like good journalism.
It's fire.
So like even if when I'm done with my basketball career, I can still like stay around basketball, like write about it and little stuff like that.
You might have a little podcast. You might have a little write journal. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yo, you already know, man. Let us know, man. We'll have you do some write-ups, some content creation, man. Danny, man, like your time, like, and you're an athlete, dog, so that's cool. But what else? You say you like to write. Like, that's dope. What else do you like to do besides ball?
Besides ball, I would say I love spending time with my family because I feel like family's like a really important thing.
Absolutely.
So like I just love spending time with my family. Like no matter what it is, even if it's like something I might find boring if I was doing it with someone else. Yeah. Like if I'm with my family, I might be like, dang, I low-key had a little bit of fun like doing this.
Yeah.
But like
low-key.
Like little activities, I would say I really enjoy bowling. Bowling is something I really enjoy.
Yo, Derek said the same thing, man. They're like, yo, y'all go bowl all the time.
Yeah, it's crazy too because when we were younger, when we were both in Newport Richie, it was like I couldn't name the specific times or like how old we were, but it was a couple of times that we did like duo bowling tournaments and like we had one like some bowling tournaments together too.
Yo, it was like putting it up. Yeah, y'all can ball and y'all can bowl.
Yeah, for sure. Bowling is
that's your thing.
Yeah,
that's cool, bro. That's cool, man. What else do you like to do besides bowling? Is there anything else like?
I would say, I used to enjoy video games a lot.
Yeah,
and it's not like I don't enjoy them any less now. It's just like I'm getting older. Like I got other priorities. I got other stuff to focus on. So when I get the time, I play video games every now and then. But it's like now I'm just making sure I'm up to date with my work. And if I'm not doing my work, I'd rather just be in the gym now than playing video games.
That's fire, bro. Bro, you sound like you got a lot of leadership. Where do you get that from, you think?
I would say a little bit of like my own, but I feel like it's just adding my own to what my parents already taught me. Like growing up, my parents taught me like to be a leader. Like you never want to be a follower, and even if you're not a follower, it's just like it's always more comfortable. Like, well, not more comfortable, but after you become like a leader, like knowing like you could be a leader, it's just it's like a good confidence. Like just it's a good mental space to be in.
That's fire, bro. Bro, you seem like you're like. You guys are like over your age. You guys, you understand, man. You know what you're doing. Like, if you could give some advice to that up and coming 8th grader that's going into 9th grade, and he wants to go win some titles, and he wants to, come up. What is some advice that you would give him?
I would say no matter what struggles or problems you go through, just keep going. That sounds like something basic, but it's really not because like a lot of people they'll run into problems and just start getting all torn up and just mentally like drained and stop, but just keep going. And also just don't really care what others think. I feel like that's a big one because growing up, like I was never the type to care what other people thought because like I always loved my relationship with God, so I felt like if I know what I'm doing and God knows what I'm doing, like, it doesn't matter what other people are telling me. So just don't. It doesn't matter what other people think. Just stick to whatever your plan is.
That's fire, man. Has your faith been important to you? Like,
yeah, for sure. When I was younger, like, it definitely wasn't forced upon us, but like, we would go to church and stuff like that. I feel like that was like a great start to my relationship with God.
That's awesome.
And then I noticed a little bit, honestly, when I first got into high school, around maybe middle of freshman year, then going into sophomore year, my relationship with God started fading a little bit. And it was like little things, like normally when I would do my devotion every day, I would like start skipping days, and like even cussing. When I was like, even in 8th grade, I was like never cussing. Then I noticed a little bit into high school, I started cussing a little more than I normally would. Because like, it's not like I like hate cussing or hate people who cuss. It's just, it was never my thing.
Right.
And I noticed like after high school, I started doing it a little more. But recently, like probably junior year, I started realizing like, dang, my faith is kind of going a little farther than I would like. So I started picking it back up. So now I'm just trying to keep discipline, keeping God as my first priority.
That's awesome, and it's been helping you. Like you said, it's in a good mental space when you are,
yeah,
right?
for sure.
That's amazing, bro. I feel like if I could give any advice, is that there's going to be things that it's going to need to be more than you to get through. Yeah. And whatever that is, man, you make sure you hold on to that and keep that confidence, yes, bro. Sir. So, you guys are well grown. Like, you guys are well groomed. You guys got a lot of great attributes, bro. Like, it's a pleasure to have you on the show, dog. For
Appreciate
real.
you for having me.
Yeah, man. Like, you put on for my alma mater. I always have love for Leto. Where can the people find you, bro?
Social media wise, Instagram. Yeah. Danny.Delgardo. Delgardo, Delgardo.
It's fire. And then like, where can any coaches, like, where can they find you? Like, where can they find the highlights? Like,
highlights, I would say, if I'm interested, it'll probably be an email. You'll probably see an email. Even if I'm interested, you can always find them on Twitter. My Twitter is the same as my Instagram, Danny.Delgardo.
Awesome. You on Twitter a lot?
When I was younger, I couldn't really have social media, but like recently, like a couple years ago, my uncle started it for me.
That's fine.
So now, like, I don't really check it too often, but I definitely make sure I check it at least a couple of times a week.
Yeah. Fire. So hit him up on Twitter.
For sure.
Hit him up on IG,
for
right?
Sure.
Where, and then your email, find that, and then find the email.
Yeah.
Bro, let's talk about this before you go. So Tough Productions, dog. What is that?
So Tough, that is a camera lady. She is a lady. For those who don't know, she is a girl. Okay. Yeah. It's my mom.
Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead.
So
she's fire on the camera.
It's like, it was crazy too, because when she started, it was first I want to try something. Like, I always enjoy taking pictures and recording. I want to try it out. And then like she started, and it was like, dang, she's getting good. And even like as her son, like, I'm always the first one to make sure she's staying humble. Like, even like little stuff, because like that's just our relationship. Yeah. Like, I love my mom. Like, I troll her all the time. Like, just like some people, if they seen our relationship, they would think like we hate each other, but like we know it's just like us like joking around with each other.
Yeah.
But like, even as that kid for her, like, I noticed huge differences like that in like her videos and all that. So
she paid the whole mixtape, bruh.
Yeah. I be making sure to remind her how good she's doing.
Yeah, that's fire. I wanted to make sure, because when Derek was on, I was like, yo, I be following So Tough. She's like, yo, that's Daddy's mom. I was like, get out of here, dog. Keep doing your thing. Go follow So Tough Productions.
For sure.
She's fire. The whole movement is fire. All the mixtapes. She got to continue to get y'all games, but she got to continue to do other games. Like, those highlights were amazing. That's how I seen a lot of the bodies you be catching out right off of there. So, bro, it's great to have you, bro. Is there one last message that you want to let the people know, man?
Keep God in your life, for sure. Stay humble, and it doesn't matter what other people think. Just keep your head up.
It's fire. Bro, thanks for being on the show, bro.
Thanks for having me.
Yes, sir.